ladies and gentlemen, this is Lord Dragoneye. I'm doing a little bit of a special episode today. In case you're wondering what's going on with the mess, I'm actually moving. I'm not moving very far, I'm just moving in the same building, just into a new apartment. Anyway folks, I got until next week to do it, and moving's a pain. As you can tell, I've got a lot to do. For any of you that is wondering, the second season of the layout project is going to be held in the new apartment. So that's not going to take place until probably sometime in September, because I'm taking a break and taking summer off. Anyway, you guys, I'll show you the new apartment momentarily later on some point. And yeah, once everything's all done up, I gotta go crazy here. Anyway folks, I thought you guys might be interested in this. It is something a little different. Not everybody films themselves moving, but I tell you, it's a pain. It's not something I want to do on a regular basis, I can tell you that much. Anyway folks, I'll let you know a little more later on. Alright people, this is the new apartment. Showed you the old place, moving everything, so this is the new place. I forgot. And one lonely chair in the kitchen. It's not much, you know, it's bigger than the other place by far. Well, here's where the layout's gonna go. Anyway folks, that just fits in there perfectly. Oh, look at that. Right between the two doors. You couldn't ask for any better fitting. Anyway folks, that's it for today. I'm beat. And anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye. I still got this stupid thing recording. Working on the locomotive for the Muscatauga Rail Museum.
This is the parts bath.
50-50 soap and water.
Can we give a little scrub to the lens? Scrub, scrub, scrub.
Just look at my fingers. That's all grease from the axles. That's not counting the rest of it. This thing is in... The maintenance quality on this locomotive is dreadful. It's now getting a Class A overhaul. Yeah, definitely. Anyway, folks. This is... Don't let your locomotives have this happen to you. It's just... It's a pain to clean, trust me. We are professionals. I'll let you do the talking.
Working hard or hardly working?
Yeah. This is how we...
These are the trucks from the Bachmann 44 tonner that the motor was just put back together. And I cleaned the wheels. Just used basically a piece of paper towel soaked in alcohol and a bunch of scrubbing.
This locomotive was disgustingly dirty. The motor, when I took the motor apart and redid it, I had to basically clean the brushes. Take the brush. You can't clean the brushes. Take the brushes out. Clean them. Clean the strip, and then put the motor back together. And inside it there was magnet dust around the inside of the motor, and that can cause some serious problems. Why the locomotive wasn't working properly. Then cleaned it and put it back together. Now, it's not recommended to clean motors because they're extremely sensitive, so don't touch a motor's interior unless you absolutely know what you're doing.
And we have no idea what we're doing.
He doesn't, I do. I've done this many times. And out there we have the locomotive, which...
I actually do this because I get credit when I hang out with special needs people.
So the motor is back together. There, it's right there.
But don't tell him that.
So that's working nice now.
He's not supposed to know.
This is a loco...
He doesn't know that.
There's all the parts for the locomotive. There's the wheels. And when I do a deep down cleaning, a thorough cleaning job, I strip down. This is a strip down. Everything comes apart. Everything gets cleaned. Everything gets put back together.
I got some pictures.
And the solution that I was bathing is 50% soap, 50% water.
With a real man.
Usually I let it soak for a few hours.
Dish detergent.
Yeah, pretty much. Dish soap. Works the best. It basically a degreaser.
Flat right on black.
Oh, be careful of this. This is wood.
Oh,
I think it's okay.
put it over there. Actually, let's put all the wooden parts.
That's actually a really good one. I'm gonna use that.
Sorry.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks.
There's lots of this.
So this is what I do. Maritime Rail Fan was helping me do this. As you can see there. It's got a camera. It's a 40-ton switcher. That was at the Railway Museum. And for those of you who want their locomotive cleaned, I don't do it for free, but I do a good job.
Shameless self-plug.
Oh, sometimes I wonder about him. And this is why I let him do all the talking and I just do the recording. Just yes, this would be good. What things keep coming up.
They usually say that I don't listen. They usually say that I don't listen. They're usually screaming it.
All right, folks, we are going to show you how to put back together a locomotive
Yes. Goose.
and get it running. Kinda.
That's the tricky part. It's easy to take them apart. Getting them back together and not having any leftover parts is the challenge.
Yes, he's not joking on that part. That's okay. Now, one of the problems we're having is that, see that little black crack? You can just zoom in on it. That is a fracture, and that means the dress shaft is split. And what that is, that there's a crack right in there. I mean, these gears are in bad shape and need to be replaced. We have to be very careful putting those back together and not wreck them too much. And these were pretty dirty. First thing we gotta do is put the trucks back together.
So that's what they usually say. They're usually yelling and screaming.
Pretty simple. These are nice. They're clean, they're ready to run. See how it's split? Push it in.
So that means it's not going to stay engaged. Unless it was super glued.
Not recommended to do that.
So we'll look at some replacement Northwest Shortline gears.
But for now, this is going to keep it running for a little while, but I mean, it's just a matter of time before this thing is kind of shot. Unfortunately, the poor locomotive. It's a cute one. I like this one.
You were in my team. It's not the same squad.
Okay, now I got to remember how this thing went back together.
Why do you call it squad?
What do you think?
This was literally what it's called.
It's literally what it's
What
called?
do I have for gears?
Is that literally what it's called?
Literally what it's called, yes.
Is that literally what it's
Now,
called?
when you put a locomotive trucks back together, you got to be very careful and make sure you have all the right parts in the right places. These are your attachments to your worm because they're the double-sided. So you want those in first, followed by your
Oh, how did I
following gears. Sorry.
You were on the right team, I saw it.
It's really good.
My hand's in the way.
It was a good code.
Yes.
Yeah, do this carefully, everyone.
I can say thank you.
You did sit next to you.
Yeah. You spelled it all
Let's get a
down
close-up
my
on that.
class. You spelled it all down myself. You totally missed that opportunity to call me Clutch.
Good?
Yep.
Now we got to put our gearbox back together. Now this particular locomotive, the wheels have to go in first.
You're oblivious to life.
And they snap in. Actually, no, wait, I'm wrong. Ugh. Excuse me.
Oh, you're just like, you're just
Gearbox.
hanging there.
These gearboxes screw in place.
Make it up to you.
carefully, damaging it. And these snap in very nicely.
What is this again?
We want to make sure the wheels run freely.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing catching. And then there's 2 screws there. I don't know how well you can see them. They're on either side of the wire here.
Okay.
You want to screw those back into place. Don't tighten them too much, but just tighten them like very, very little, because you want to be able to take them apart at some point. So you just screw it in just till it stops, and that's it. But don't tighten it to ridiculous tightness, because you'll need to take it apart eventually.
And you don't want to over tighten and risk breaking the plastic. It's probably easy to do.
In this case, yes.
Is this what you call a lead knife?
You also want to make sure your trucks are lined up perfectly. Give them a little run.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to put back on the little casing that covers the trucks.
I don't have an MRA gauge here at my house, but you said you've got one, so
Yeah, I've got one
check
at
to
home.
make sure that the wheels engaged. They're probably out at this point.
Well, so with the amount of damage to the trucks, I'm pretty sure they are out. I can just tell by looking at them that they're out of gauge. Unfortunately, we don't have much of a choice, so we can't really fix that
What was the advice that you were giving me in the car?
without doing damage to the
Was that
locomotive.
somewhere?
Oh, don't go into a smaller room.
And it just snaps into place.
Hey, will you check this out in here? And he's walking in behind you.
And that locomotive is fixed now. That's one truck.
Mm.
Well, these are very, very different because the trucks go back onto the chassis, but we're going to put the second truck together. You can just skip this, or if you,
Stop recording.
yeah. Alright folks, now we're going to put the motor assembly back together, which, you know, is these 2 drive shafts which connect up. I'm going to push those in a little bit, not too tight. So we want to keep these loose. We do have a little bit of grease from when I had to grease the inside of the motor to make it run better. And that's going to sit in here. We're not going to put that in just yet. We're going to put the trucks in first. Now as you can see, this is a O gauge. This is HO. Matt's model compared to I'm going to say clubs, but it's the station, museums. Alright. We want to carefully do this because we don't want to coil any wires. So it should just snap into place. Helps to use a screwdriver. Alright. So what we're going to have to do. See how this wire assembly is there? It's being a little difficult. It's fighting me tonight.
Sounds like one side of the clip just went in.
No, it didn't. It did now. So there we go. And they just sort of clip in like that now. It's not really moving too freely. Wires are causing to be stiff.
Are the wires in the right place?
That's what I'm wondering. They should be.
So look at that other truck. wonder if they're supposed to
Yes.
go underneath.
Yes. I think so too. It's always a good idea to take pictures before you start tearing stuff apart, because you never know. That way there you know how it was supposed to be before you started working on it. And you just slide it back. Do the same for the other side. That should just drop in place. Yeah, see, that's how it's supposed
That one
to.
turns easier than the other one?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so pop the other one back out and adjust those wires.
Carefully pop it out. You don't want to break anything.
Better?
A little bit better. Yeah, see how they're free turning now? A little better than they were. Okay, now we'll just leave those wires down in there for the time being. We need to put the worm assembly on. Oh, no, 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 no. I think the wires have to come up. Maybe. I think that should be fine. Always when you're in doubt about something, it's a good idea to take a moment to think about what you're doing, as these projects can be tricky. It's not how it's supposed to be. Those wires are in the way of the worm. Alright, I don't think that's how those wires are supposed to go back in. We're good.
September 3rd, 2017. We're at Maritime Railfan's house, and we're about to get the O-scale 2 rail running for the first time.
There you go.
That is smooth.
It's beautiful.
Oh, look at that caboose.
Oh, wow.
The marker lamps are lit. I forgot about that.
Oh, man.
That deserves a woo!
This is a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen.
That is nice.
Although it's a shame the headlight on the locomotive isn't lighting up.
We can do
Oh,
something
yes it
about
is.
that.
Yes it is. It's very, very faint. Track needs cleaning,
Yeah.
but that's no big deal. Let's give you guys a ride.
That is beyond impressive.
I have to say. We both been waiting a long time. Cab lights up too. Oh, that's cute. Cab lights up inside.
It's just like when I was a little kid.
Yep. Yeah.
Except the trains are bigger now.
Much bigger.
They've gone up twice the size. Hello!
Hello there. Give me a need a free train ride today.
Yeah, I just need to get some sound. Get some sound in that baby. And check out the caboose. Lit marker lamps.
Got one. That's a mess. I'm impressed.
That's the work of a custom builder there. He did a beautiful job on each of this.
Yep. Now he gets to finally play with his train. That's something that he's wanted to do for so long. He's been bugging me about it.
So this is a 36-inch radius loop. So that's 3 feet across. So
Yeah, it's more than 3 feet, 6 feet.
12, 24, 36, right? 12 inches to a foot?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 3. So I see that we can go a bit wider. That's
That was nice.
oh, that is good.
Anyway, this is looking towards Windsor Junction. We're at night. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys have never seen this area at night, but don't know if you can see it, but sorry, my camera's not good in the dark. But just down there's the switch stand. You guys aren't going to be able to see that. And this is basically the beginning or the end of Dartmouth sub, or not the Dartmouth sub, Halifax sub. You'll see the rail still intact. Don't do very many night videos. Myself and rail fan. This used to be a horse farm, and now they're redeveloping it. Down this way is heading towards Windsor, main line. We're gonna go down and take a look at the part where they tore out the rail. Might as well record it. My light seems to be brighter.
I think you're right. The ties are still there.
Rail's still there too, see?
Okay.
And this is more overgrown than the last time I biked down this. This is real overgrown. This is real bad. I gotta say, I mean, it wasn't this overgrown before. This has grown up a lot. If you guys remember back in my previous video, I think it was part 1, when I did the Windsor Junction to Windsor hike up to Mount Uniacke from Windsor Junction. Looking back on that video, okay, there's part of the rail there. Yeah. They've been tearing out the rail there. Don't know how well you guys can see this. My light's probably picking it up better. But yeah, as I was saying back then, you can take a look at the video and you will see just how much this is really overgrown. Now they're not going to run any trains down here anymore.
Not without a bit of work. So this is the new road here for the development. They unbolted the rails.
Oh, that's what
pulled them out for the road, the new road right here.
So they didn't cut them; they just unbolted them. And
I don't know.
you just find the end of the rail there.
Where did it go? Right here.
Yeah, right. Is it unbolted?
Okay, that's unbolted. Yeah.
So they unbolted this rail.
Take a look at this side. Go up to the right.
No, that's not where the rail is, because there's track plates. The rail ends. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's the main rail, I think.
Still spiked in here.
Okay, so it goes I do apologize, folks. I mean, if you guys do like us doing these night videos, let us know and leave a comment. Right here. Here's where it ends. It's unbolted here.
That's good.
Oh, there's the other rail.
Yep.
Track plate. So they just chucked everything aside. So are they going to put the track back?
I guess if Windsor and Hansport ever starts up again, they'll put a crossing here.
So anyway, here's the new crossing.
New road.
Before, when I shot this earlier, this was all overgrown. Like, they did a lot of work here.
We're coming back onto the
There's a
rail now.
Yep. I wonder where they chucked the ties.
There's the rail.
There's a bunch of tie plates they just chucked aside.
Right here.
Flanger sign.
Yep. And also unbolted.
So that's what they did. They just unbolted both pieces of track and chucked them aside.
Yep.
There's a nice flanger sign. That's a beautiful one. That's in good condition.
Yeah, it's in good shape.
Take that. No, we're not going to do anything like that, are we?
We are not.
Not today. Oh, this is what the DARU would have looked like when trains ran down it at night. You know, some of these track plates, 1982.
82?
Yeah,
That sounds a bit new.
1982. No, 1928.
28. That's
sorry.
the patent. That's the patent, though. That's not necessarily when it was made.
No?
I'm sure it's a lot newer than that.
Yeah, these ones don't look that old. Yet some of them are, there's a joiner in there. Where'd they put the bolts? Or did they cut the bolts off? They might have just
Probably got thrown in the woods.
with the rest of it. Well, I mean, bolts are pretty cheap anyway. I mean, you can buy those at Canadian Tire.
So this looks like what's going to be the bottom of the road. I would assume they're going to pave this.
Yeah, this is, I believe, what they would call the main bed.
Sub-road bed in railroad terms. Or railroad terms.
Unless you want or quarter-line track, road bed or whatever.
So right here, this area was the horse farm. So that the property was sold, the horse barn torn down, and there was a mobile home back by that first crossing we looked at, and it's all going to be developed. Waterfront lots, $225,000 each. If you guys have got some extra cash kicking around.
I don't know about that one. I certainly don't, but Railfan does.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll see what the Super 7 ticket does this weekend.
Let's hope it does something good. There's a piece of a tie. No whistle signs here, though. And for those of you who want to know what happened to mile 2, it's gone. Yep, there's the track bolts.
Bolts or the joiners?
The joiners.
Yeah.
So they left the joiners here, which is nice. Get to see this at night. So we don't do night videos very often. This is the first one.
We just happened to be out here chasing 121, and I said, let's go over and have a look at the new road on the Windsor Hansport.
Yeah, everything certainly has grown up, that's for sure. I remember coming down this way a couple back 2012 and it wasn't like this at all. Some wire. Anyway, folks, that's all she wrote. Until next time, Merry Christmas.
The old
Yeah. Wow, that's really overgrown.
Yep.
Whew. She really is overgrown. Oh, this way? Yep. I'm standing on the roadbed and it's overgrown. The secret tunnel in Halifax. Not very many people actually know about this. There's a little tunnel that goes from into Barrington Street. Wow. That's quite an appropriate shot.